you ever wondered what happens in your brain to cause anxiety? Today, I decided to bring in these blogs to help me to explain one of the very, very wonderful phenomena that happens in the brain. Let's take, for example, that this is our amygdala. The amygdala is the part of the brain that is responsible for the storage of our survival reflexes. We're talking fight, flight, and we're talking how we process our negative thoughts and emotions. So the amygdala is important because we're saying that it stores each and every emotion, each and every thought that we have. So every thought that you have, whether good or bad, it then affects how your brain moves. As you can see that the stability of the amygdala is then affected. How this is then affected is then put into play when you make bad decisions. Why am I saying that this is affected when you make bad decisions? Each bad decision that you make affects the stability of your amygdala or your brain. And with each and every decision that you make, each and every bad decision, a synapse is formed. A synapse is, these are neural reactions that happen within the brain. This creates supporting synapses that then either slow down or quicken how the brain functions. So with each and every movement that I make, you see that if I make a good decision, basically the amygdala is stable. We're talking about your more positive reactions that you have. How then does this affect your body? And we're talking about, for example, anxiety. If you have excessive worry or excessive restlessness, you then are easily fatigued. You have difficulties concentrating. And overall, your brain then crumbles. That's when you realize that it's then harder for you to control yourself or to control, and you have mental breakdowns. It's harder for you to come to realize or to see that this is just a common stressor that you have. Someone has just told you that we have no sugar at home, and then you're crumbling, you're crying as if everything has been lost. How then do you realize, how then do you take back the power from the amygdala or from the negative responses that are causing the crumbling of the amygdala? One of the few things that you can do when you've realized that you're losing control, you need to slow down. Take a deep breath, relax. You need to remember that you can be rational about this. How can you be rational? You can't be rational when you are in an anxiety or panic attack. You have to calm down to say, okay, let me take a deep breath. Let me slow down. Let me pause. And let me refocus my thoughts. Consider what triggered you to have this meltdown that you had. And then, only then, can you have a control over your brain's irrational thoughts. I'm calling them irrational because they're telling you that they're giving you excessive worry that is unnecessary. They are hindering your thought process. They're hindering your cognitive process. They're making you to think yourself outside the realm of possibility that you have. And at times with anxiety, we forget who is in charge of everything. One thing that I love to make people to remember is that God is always in control. If you remember that God is in control of each and everything that you're doing, you then remember who put you in this world, who knew you before you were born. That is one of the major points of power that you can have within your life. So one thing that I want you to remember is slow down, take a deep breath, refocus your thoughts. One thing that I want you to remember is slow down, take a deep breath, pause, refocus your thoughts. And with this, you can be able to take control over your brain and over your life. Thank you so much for joining the Compassionate Couch. My name is Adiola Mwayera. Goodbye.